as law enforcement beefs up its use of technology with new and advanced data collection capabilities, not everyone is pleased. Recently, the American Civil Liberties Union asked the Federal Communications Commission, or FCC, to investigate a specific piece of equipment that is sold to law enforcement. The Stingray allows users to figure out who, when, and to where you are calling, the precise location of every device within the range, and with some devices, even capture the content of your conversations. Tomorrow, the Houston Freethinkers and the American Civil Liberties Union presents a workshop titled Houston Under Watch, a teach-in on cell phone surveillance. One of those events organizers, Derrick Broze, joins us now right here in the studio to talk about who should come to tonight's event and why it's important. Derrick, welcome.
Hey, thank you for having me. Correction, it's tomorrow.
Oh, my apologies. Tomorrow, of course. Well, first, tell us more about the Stingray.
Okay, so the Stingrays is a type of device. Stingray, first of all, is the brand name, the most popular brand name. They're also known as Stingfish. There's several other ocean-based names that this company, Harris Corporation, uses, and they sell these to, so far, 46 police departments around the nation, 19 federal agencies, and it's what's known as a cell site simulator, which tricks your cell phone into thinking it's a cell tower so that your cell phone sends a signal to it, and the police can use that to, as you said, gather who you're calling, your location, the length of time, and some of the Stingrays can gather the actual contents of that conversation. The reason it's sort of a dangerous new frontier is because we've only really been hearing about them for the past 2, maybe 3 years. There was a report back in 2011, but Edward Snowden really shed some light on it, and now there's no legal parameters set up. So in Texas, a judge said that the police don't need a warrant to gather your information using the Stingrays. In Florida, a judge said they do. So it's sort of a patchwork. Hopefully it'll make it, to the Supreme Court, or something will happen where there'll be something established. But at this point, it's an open frontier. HPD has had them since at least 2008. And we're just really trying to get some awareness around this issue because it's become a national topic in the past month. Really, I've been seeing more and more stories as people ask questions about what the Stingrays are, how they work, and what we can do about it.
It's a lot of information to take in right now. It's a peer-to-peer thing. I get that now. And are the HPD actively using it?
So this is the issue, is we do believe and suspect that they are using it because they've had contracts since at least 2008. Most recently, they re-signed the contract in 2012. Right. All of the city council members, except for Helena Brown at that time, voted for the surveillance. But as part of the contracts with Harris Corporations, this is the other troublesome area, is they have non-disclosure agreements. So when HPD signs a contract with Harris for the tools, the Stingrays, and these other tools called harpoons, which increase the range of the tools, they are binded to a legal non-disclosure agreement. So this has been tested in court. Most recently in Baltimore, the cops actually were a judge was asking a cop who was testifying against a drug suspect how they gathered the information about him, and they refused to tell her anything about it. So instead of telling the judge how it works, what they use it for, how often, all those details, they just dropped the case and removed the evidence so they wouldn't have to. And that's sort of been the practice. Is at this point, HPD Chief Charles McClellan has been, they're saying they can't talk about it. Yeah. And so we're just
although
partnering.
There is no ongoing investigation at this point in time.
There is no ongoing investigation. This is the problem. If you think about it in its ideal form, it's okay. There's a criminal out there doing something bad. They need to track them. But it monitors indiscriminately. These devices, they can be handheld, so they could walk around them. There's one court case that was reported on where they were literally walking door to door outside of an apartment complex until they found the signal they were looking for, doing that all without warrant, and the whole time gathering everybody's cell phone information.
Warrantless.
About 3 weeks ago, the Wall Street Journal reported on at least, I think, 5 airports across the country that are using Stingray devices, they're known as dirt boxes, in these airplanes that are flying overhead and gathering tens and thousands of people's information.
And just doing gross things. What other type of equipment falls into this kind of category?
So some of the other tools we're going to talk about that at the teach-in include ALPRs, which is automatic license plate readers, and you can see these from everywhere at the tollways too.
Those are very heavily
They're
used.
also now being implemented in police vehicles, and this is another thing that the ACLU has really tried to bring some attention to because, again, just being put up all over the place. We don't know how long that information's tracked. We don't know where it's going. So we have the automatic license plate readers. We have the Stingrays. There are, of course, we know that Montgomery County has drones, the HPD has drones, and they're looking to implement those further into the future. So there's just a number of tools. We hope to use this teach-in tomorrow night at Midtown Bar and Grill as the first stepping stone to getting community awareness and support on the issue, and maybe getting those who want to go to city council to get them talking about how we can address this. And it is going to be a difficult topic because, as I said, the HPD sees it as
new ground.
They can't talk about it, and to me, it doesn't make any sense how you could sign a contract that would make you do something illegal.
That you can't talk. Okay. You got to tell people where they can go, how they can find more information, and who should attend.
If you care about, Big Brother, if you care about privacy, if you care about your freedom, I think if you care just as an American, as a free person, if you care about, being knowledgeable about what your government, what the authorities are doing, then I think you should probably come to this. If you're a civil liberties, civil rights activist, you should definitely come to this, because we know that the police action tends to target lower income communities, black communities. Well, that would definitely be the type of communities that are being targeted with these tools, and we need to educate each other at the least to know that these are out there and how we can avoid them. You can find out more. It's on Facebook under the headline Houston Under Watch, and you'll find it there. And it's tomorrow, December 11th at 7 p.m. at the Midtown Bar and Grill, 415 West Gray, near Montrose. And we'll be there. We'll be upstairs. Just come hang out. Bring some friends and family. I think we're going to try to live stream it as well.
That's great.
So, yeah, look out for that.
All right. Thank you so much, Derrick Broze. We appreciate that. And there'll be a couple of flyers here at the station if you need to pick them up. Otherwise, go to Facebook and find out all that information.